UFC 281 is upon us. Some exciting fights, finally. We've been punished over the last couple months. It feels like 3 events headlined by low-ranking female fighters. Don't get me wrong, I love some female fights. You put Rose Namajunas on a card, Wang, Zhang, Shevchenko, like, these are great fighters. They're exciting, more exciting than some men. But when you have like low-ranking females that have no backstory, they don't speak English, I've been punished. Yeah.
The power is within us. We can make this better. Forget divide and conquer. Weather the storm together.
I am very excited to see this Adesanya vs. Pereira fight, even though it's a very obvious and boring story. The guy knocked me out once. Can I beat him? Look at me now. Bore me to death. This is going to be one of those fights that I'm just nervous watching. I'm like, no, don't kill him. I just feel like Adesanya, he's not a boring fighter. I don't get why he's getting all this criticism. Even the Yoel Romero fight, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, holy shit. Romero's just like standing there like, come, boy. I'll see you soon. I'll see you now, boy. Come here. Why aren't you coming? I was like excited for it. Even people are saying, oh, worst fight in UFC history. I'm like, no, there's many. We'll get to the next one. Carla. I'm looking at like Adesanya, just please keep doing what you're doing. Don't hurt yourself. That you have to get out of this game alive. He's taking the least amount of damage possible. He's a Mayweather. That's what you should be doing in the fight game. If I was a fighter, I'd be like 100% of my strategy would be running away and ducking. I'd get really good at ducking, not into a knee. Is that possible? Ow. So I hope it's a boring and safe fight for both men, but I do lean Adesanya knockout round 3. He's gonna catch him with an uppercut elbow to the kneecap. It's gonna shatter. Now, after Carla Esparza's dominating win over Rose Namajunas a little while ago, where she just utterly took that belt from her and just stamped on the division like, I am here, bitches. Did you just see that? Yeah, you're all on notice. I got like 2.5 takedowns. I controlled a good 40 seconds across 5 rounds. Look out. I'm still debating suing her. That fight, whatever, it's in the past. For some reason, I used to hate Carla Esparza. It was because she likes cookies. It's a weird thing. I used to be vegan. I was very judgmental. Anybody eats anything, I'm like, you son of a... And I just remember her doing some interview, and she was like, I love cookies. I'm the cookie monster. And I'm like, you bitch. Must be nice. And so I've hated her, and that she was boring, and I was like actually really happy. Usually I don't get happy when people get hurt, but when Joanna Jędrzejczyk like just destroyed her, I was like, good, you boring girl. She was so like only hugged people and stayed on top, like did nothing. So like I just always had it out for her, and then she started putting wins together. I felt bad for her after the Jędrzejczyk loss, and then she started winning, and I was like, okay, you got some respect back. So I don't hate her as much. I do foresee her being destroyed in 1 round. Thank you, China. Weili seems pretty unstoppable right now, but don't put it past Carla to weather a storm and then hug Weili to death. It could happen. I'm not foreseeing it. Go China. When it comes to Dustin Poirier versus Chandler, this is so interesting. Just the storylines, like Dustin, he got so close to being world champion so many times. Like he was interim champ. That doesn't really count. I'm so sorry. No matter how much hot sauce you put on that belt, it will melt in an ocean. He was almost there, and then he loses to Khabib. It wasn't even close. Like, it was pure domination. He's like, okay, I'm not on this level at all. And then he gets his second chance against Oliveira, and he's like winning the first round. He's like, I got this. I'm gonna win. Oh no, he's dominating me. How did that happen? I suck at this. Don't move. He was just laying on the ground like, don't move. Don't even fight back. Play dead. You can't play dead in the ring. So, and then he lost again, and it's like, will he ever get that chance to come back and be a champion? It's not looking good because Makhachev is up there. He's basically Khabib times 6. He's going to dominate Poirier if he ever gets that third chance. I see a lot of disappointment in Poirier's future, but I think he'll win this fight. Chandler's fun. He is fun. I didn't realize he was such a interesting person to listen to. I like his personality, and he comes here to kill, comes for blood. He does not care about the brain health. Maybe change the strategy. Learn how to duck, but avoid the knee. Duck and then to the side. I hate how much damage some of these guys take. Poirier's taken a lot of damage, but he seems like he hasn't broken yet. He just keeps coming. He's not, I don't know, he has Homer Simpson head. He's fine. Chandler, he can break. That scares me. Now, I'd love to say that Frankie Edgar is going to win his retirement bout. He's going to sail off into the sunset. What a career. Legend. He's going to see a sunset at some point during this fight. He's going to be drawn towards a light, and he'll go to it and be like, oh, not yet. That's a knockout, round 2. I don't even know who this guy is. Chris Gutierrez. He has 2 belts, so a double champ in some other organization. I don't even like those odds. Frankie's, you did well. He was the little guy who fought bigger men and beat them, most of them. Dominated for a long time. Could have been a triple champ at some point. A hard-working guy who wasn't, like, super good, but, like, he was fast, had cardio, he could hold you. He's leaving us, and that's okay. Dan Hooker is one of those guys who's taken way too much damage. It was the Poirier fight that changed him, and then, like, each fight he takes so much damage. So I can't pick him to win ever again. And no, I don't know who Claudio Puelles is, but I'm picking him to submit Hooker. I'm actually picking against all of Adesanya's teammates. Everybody's like, oh, they're all going to win 4-0. I think 3 of them will lose, embarrassingly so. And I pick none of them to win, except Adesanya. Last interesting fight for me, Dominick Reyes coming back. I feel like after he kind of beat Jon Jones but didn't get the decision, he's never been able to let that go. He's been drunk in a trailer ever since, watching that fight over and over, shooting his TV set, like just mad. His dog's barking. He's like, feed me, and he doesn't care about anything but fighting Jon Jones again in prison. You gotta let it go and move on. He's been taking a lot of damage too. He'll never be the same. After the Yuri Prochazka fight, some guys, man, you get hit and then you're different. Your brain doesn't work the same anymore, and you're just going on willpower after this. Like, you're dumb now. You can't avoid the shots. So I'm just picking Ryan Spann by knockout, just due to the brain hemorrhaging in Reyes's mind. Last thing I will say, Molly Mccann. She got this viral knockout. It was a spinning back fist in a weird fight that I was barely watching. I was doing other stuff, and then it was like, oh, this knockout. It felt like such a fluke. I was like, whatever, like, you're not popular. You're weird. And then she does it again. And I kind of hated her. I was just like, you were lucky. It was a fluke shot. It was no skill. You're just like helicoptering around, waving your arms, and somebody got hurt. But then she does it again. And then I was like, you know what? Let her go with it. I'm picking her to lose. But it was fun. She's fun. She's crude and drunk. She's probably going to lose. Like, she doesn't have a good record. It's like 12-4, is it? She's 13-4, and she's won 3 in a row, so she's due for a loss. These are the logics that you have to incorporate in your betting strategy. Never bet actual money. Just do it for fun. So, exciting times ahead. Let me know who you think is going to win all these fights. I'd be interested to see how wrong you are down below. And subscribe for more videos. and take care to you. Protect your head. Wear a helmet just everywhere. I do.